and we are really glad to have you on board. So the main aim of this orientation is to give you an overview of the PRISM program, the elements involved, the people involved, the process involved, and to explain the ways in which we will go through this journey of PRISM 26. So as by now, I assume that you will be knowing the basic idea about PRISM, who is being conducted, who will be the participant, how it is being done. But still, I will try to explain some of the key points. So PRISM is basically a space, a collaborative space where we expect practitioners and researchers to come in with their research ideas, and experienced researchers will help them in converting their research ideas into executable studies, and then going through a learning process and then publishing their papers in a particular conference called T4E, which is an international conference. So PRISM is organized jointly by EdTech Society and the Center for Educational Technology, IIT Bombay. I'll start with the organizing team. So we have a bunch of people who've been working really hard to get this PRISM program running. So we have Rajashree Priyadarshini and I, Alik, as the team leads. So we look at the overall structure of the program and we overview and manage the entire learning course. We have the teaching assistants, Anthony Prakash and
Hi.
Meera Pawar. So they are more than TAs, they are essentially the technical manager and module manager of PRISM 26. And they are the main driving force of this PRISM program as well. We have communication manager, Dr. Sadia Banu. So she will be the interface between the participant as well as the coordinating team. Because of some particular reason, she couldn't join this session, but you will definitely get in touch with her for a longer period of time. We have a set of other alumni and PhD research scholars from CET IIT Bombay who were previously the organizers and coordinators of PRISM. So it's a very big panel with Dr. Rumana, Dr. Nandan, Amrit, Alicia, and Spruha. And we have a well-experienced advisory team comprised of professors and alumni from CET IIT Bombay. And these people include Professor Sahana Murthy, Professor Samir Sahasrabuddhe, Professor Sridhar Iyer, and Dr. Jay Krishnan. So from now onwards, I will invite Meera to give more details about PRISM, PRISM organization, PRISM components, the people involved. But before going to the next session, I would like to remind you a particular key thing in this session. So we'll be presenting the necessary information in the next 20-25 minutes, and all your questions will be taken after the presentation. So yes, Meera, please go ahead with your detailing.
Yeah. Hello everyone. So I'm Meera. So already Alec have mentioned about what is PRISM, and so PRISM is basically a unique initiative that brings together educators like all of you researchers and practitioners in the education research field. And this collaboration is actually effort of so this initiative is actually effort of collaboration between EdTech Society and Center for Education Technology. So most of the organizing team members are from Center for Education Technology. So let's first understand these two organizing bodies of PRISM. So Center for Education Technology is an interdisciplinary program at IIT Bombay, which was started in 2010. Currently, we have 5 core faculties with different expertise in learning sciences, human-computer interaction, learning analytics, and different disciplinary-based education research. We also have 2 adjunct faculties and 6 visiting faculties in the department. We offer 2 kinds of programs. So PhD programs. So we have 29 PhD already graduated from the department, and currently 47 PhDs are going on. We also started our MTech program in 2019, and we have currently 20 MTechs in the MTech program. So what do we do? So in the research field, so we have four to five thrust areas which we work on. It is T lead, that is technology enhanced learning of disciplinary practices. So in this particular thrust area, we work on different reasoning skills like computational thinking, collaborative thinking, and so on. Then the TUET. TUET is the teacher use of education technology. So this thrust area majorly focuses on use of technology for teachers in a classroom. Then we also have EDA, which is educational data analytics. In this particular area, we work with the data and we try to understand different types like multimodal data and different types of data to understand the learning processes of learners. Then we also have emerge, which is emerging technologies. So we have augmented reality, we have virtual reality. So we use these emerging technologies in the field of education research for teachers as well as for students. And like current boom is the AI in education. So few of our researchers are also working in the AID aspects. With respect to the development part, our department has created different MOOCs like Swayam and IIT Bombay X. Our researchers also develop technology enhanced learning environments for different kinds of disciplines and skills. We also have different tools for supporting teachers in a classroom. If we talk about different outreach programs, so we have conducted multiple faculty development programs and we have trained over thousands of teachers in using technology in a classroom. Also, we have different hackathons, workshops, and OTeach is a initiative we developed during a COVID time where offline to online transition was happening. So it is to help instructors to move to online teaching. So this was all about Center for Education. Now let's understand the main organizing body of PRISm is EdTech Society. So the EdTech Society is a professional non-profit association started in India by individuals who are committed for instructional and learning researchers using educational technologies. uh, who do we consist of? So I hope a few of you have already registered and are now part of members. So EdTech Society consists of people like you, educators, researchers, developers, then school teachers, government teachers, also research students, corporate people, as well as everyone who is interested in education technology research in India. So the goal, like there are multiple goals of EdTech Society. So the main goal was to create a forum for collaboration among these stakeholders in the education research. So that is with that main goal. Then we also have different interactivities conducted by EdTech Society, such as master class, as you can see here. So we conduct master classes also to keep different stakeholders engaged in different current research trends in the educational field, education research field. So to get more details and to get connected with the EdTech Society, we also have different social. Yeah, second. Yeah, we also have social medias like you can connect. You can get connected to EdTech Society with WhatsApp, on LinkedIn, and we also have YouTube. So all the master classes are posted on YouTube. So you can scan these QR codes to get connected. Also, we will share the links of these if you want it later. I hope everybody has scanned. I'll wait for 5 more seconds. Yeah, let's go ahead. So now let's talk about T4E. So T4E is a flagship conference conducted by EdTech Society. It is International Conference on Technology for Education. So as you can see, the four numeral stands for technology for education, technology of education, technology in education, and technology across education. So there are four different aspects of education covered in this conference. So this conference is organized by EdTech Society in India. So last year it was hosted by IIT Madras. I think few of you might have attended. This year's T4E will be conducted by IIT Jodhpur. Dates are yet to be announced. So now you must be thinking why I have shifted directly from EdTech Society to T4E. Like, why am I talking about T4E? So the main goal of PRISM is not only to give you the structure research guidelines, but the goal is to get your ideas through this structured scaffolding to a concrete research paper that you can submit and publish in the T4E conferences. So this was all about who are we and who is organizing PRISM. So now let's get into the details of what is PRISM and the structure of PRISM. Yeah, over to you, Alec.
Thanks, Mira, for that detailed presentation. So now we can jump to this year's edition, PRISM 26. So we'll start with looking at the different kinds of learners that we have so far. Yeah, you could see the screen and try to understand the variety of learners who have applied to PRISM this time. So we had a potential candidate number of 71 for this edition's PRISM, and we had a variety of people joining in. So we have academic faculty, we have research scholars, PhD students, we have people from industry and corporate, we have instructional designers and pedagogy specialists, and we have students as well. So it's a very varied cohort this time. So you could all engage and share your ideas and learn from each other. Yes. So although we have shared a Google form with you asking for your expectations and logging in the basic details of your research ideas and other things, we would love you to engage in this small tiny activity, which is a Mentimeter activity, by the way. So what you could do is you could scan this QR code, and there will be questions related to that, and you could enter your responses in it. It's just like a filler activity for the program, so that we could see what the variety of expectations that we have from the participants. So we can spend another 2-3 minutes on this. So I strongly encourage everyone to follow up with this activity, and then we can look at the responses. Let us know if you are facing any technical issue with the barcode or with the use code. Meanwhile, Mira will be collecting the responses from you. We could wait for another 1 more minute, and then we can have a look at the responses. I think we can see the responses now. Yeah, so one of the major responses related to problem solving. Interesting. Help to publish, research paper, research training, paper writing, data analysis, student learning, work on my thesis, capstone. Yeah, it's good to have such variety of responses. This actually shows the spectrum of expectations that you're coming up with for this particular program. And I assume it's more like very micro goals as well as macro goals, very short term as well as a long term. For example, problem solving, it's sort of a very long term goal that one could have in their research area. But let's say if you want to publish, that's sort of a very short term goal as well. So good to know these responses. I think we could move to the next part of the presentations. Over to you, Rajashree. Thank you.
Thanks, Alik. So we saw the responses about like what you expect. So, but what can you actually expect from the program? Like, what's the limitation of the program and how the program is built? So, the main thing that we aim to do through the modules over the years that we have built is to help you learn about education technology methods. So, once you learn about this, you can apply these methods to conduct actual research practice oriented on locally relevant, maybe it's in your school, maybe it's in your institution, to actually apply this. And this is a space for you to actually collaborate with your peers and research buddies, whom will describe later, who are research buddies. And this is an opportunity for you to consider and continue working with your buddies to author a paper for the T4 publication. And finally, of course, you'll receive a certificate, but we'll let you know about the details of who will receive a certificate towards the end of the presentation. Next, Meera. So, what should you not expect? So, first thing is it's not a core science and engineering program. We saw that many of the faculties are also who have joined this program have experience publishing even in these domains, but this is not about that, but it's more focused on education technology research. And also, it's not about the theoretical research program. So, by theoretical, I mean that we want you to pick up problems from your work, from your school, from your college, and then try to work on improving, for example, through an intervention, or you want to publish that. But ideas are welcome, new ideas are welcome, but we want a good impact on your workplace. That is what is meant by not being a theoretical research program. Next. I'll discuss about the program content. So we have two components here. The first one would be about the basics of the research methods, how to do research, or what is a good paper, what is not a good paper. And since this duration of PRISM is falling in time where you would have to conduct your study if you want to publish towards the end, so we also have a preliminary data collection a component in the first component itself. So this would go around 4.5 weeks where you learn about the different methods for EdTech. You will engage with different LMS content, work on assignments, hopefully conduct a preliminary study, and then have continuous interactions with the PRISM and also peer team. The next phase would be about data collection, analysis, and the final paper writing. So here you would continue on the study if you're conducting the study, and especially we will work on analyzing your data and with different methods. So we'll bring in experts and also expertise module for you to do a good in-depth analysis. And after that, a major component would be would go into writing and refining this paper so that you could finally submit it to T4E. So this purpose of the PRISM is to help you submit. Then afterwards, there's this, of course, the as usual you will have to go through review process of the T4E, but at least you will get to submit finally to T4E 26. Next. So we follow a pedagogy that is called learner-centric MOOC model (LCM). So when you'll be enrolled to the Moodle after you've completed your registration, if you see these terms, this is what we actually mean that you should do. First is the LED. If you see at the term LED before a component in Moodle, that means you watch that short video, then actively respond at different reflection points. So just watching won't help. You have to think about the questions and the reflection, and you have to engage with the video itself. And the next component is LBD, that is learning by doing, where you would practice what you learn through different activities given to you, assignments given to you, and then you'll be receiving feedback from the team. The final thing would be LXTs. Here, that means that you're going to extend what you've learned. And so we have given additional resources for those who have time and interest to look and improve their expertise further, and some short quizzes to deepen your understanding. So the medium of instruction is asynchronous. So all the content would be on Moodle, and if you'll have weekly live sessions to ask your doubt, to share your queries, suggestions, things like that. And there'll be active discussions either on Moodle or mostly in WhatsApp. And you have reflections, collaborations, both with your research buddies, with your peers, and also with the team via the communication manager. So this is how we would go about the instruction method. Next is we'll talk about research buddies. Alec will explain further about it.
Thank you, Rajashree, for clearly explaining all the main components of our course. Yeah, so you have been listening to this term multiple times, research buddies, research buddies. So research buddies are definitely very key, important component of PRISm in the past as well as the current edition as well. So they will be very essential for you while doing your research and setting up with your paper analysis and in the publication as well. So these are actually volunteers with diverse educational backgrounds and research experience. These includes PhD students and alumni of CET IIT Bombay. They can also be participants of previous workshops who has already published papers in T4E 2024, 2025, and this can be research buddies from last year's workshop as well. So the idea is to create a community of learners and co-learners and scaffolding elements so that your learning is always enhanced throughout the course of this learning and writing the paper. So it's easy to say that you should be considering them as co-learners and collaborators, though they will assist you in brainstorming, study design, analysis, and writing. Um, so definitely they are partners committed for your success in this PRISM program. We can move to the most important part of our program, which is the timeline. So you could see from the screen that we start off at April 5, and then we end up with the paper submission by around July 1st week. And the idea is to submit the paper for T4E 2026. So we are waiting for the dates for T4E 2026. It will be happening in IT Jodhpur this time. So let's gear up for that. I'll try to give an overview of the timeline. Um, so we'll start with learning phases. We have modules, 3 modules for you. First module will be about introduction to research methods. We will start today itself. So those who have already registered in the module will be having access to the materials from today. We have kept the registration open till tomorrow as well. So late registrants can also get to know the contents and the assignments later on. So every module will be featured with an assignment which you will be submitting after the completion of the module. And each module is designed to span over a week. And at the end of the week, we'll having a live doubt solving session, and we will repeat this for the next 3 modules. So that is namely module 2 will be dwelling into research methods, much detailed insight into research methods. And this is the phase where you will get to know your research buddies. So by April 18th, we will get your research buddies on board, and from that point of time you could start working with the research buddies either with your learning or starting with your research work. So April 18 is a very important key time again to get your work with PRISM rolling. Then we have module 3, which is essentially live sessions. So module 1 and module 2 will be on Moodle, and module 3 will be live sessions. We'll have experts coming from the research methods in education technology, and they will be delivering you lectures. And then we have 3 more assignments for this particular module, adding upon another layer of whatever you have submitted. So if you can closely see on April 20, you can start collecting your data and then continue collecting your data till the point of June 13. So the program is designed in such a way that whoever is ready to start the study, you can start. Whoever is not ready, you can start definitely on a later time as well. But this is how we have designed the timeline. So this is a tentative timeline. We will definitely try to stick with this timeline. And any questions, we can take it after the session, and we can move to the next part.
Yeah, thanks, Alec. I will proceed with this information. So, you might have got the information related to the PRISm course registration. So, this is the link, and most of you might have registered with this. Upon registration, just ensure that whether you have registered with your EdTech account logged in. So after registering, you will get two emails. So one email confirming your registration to PRISM 2026 course, and another email with your login credentials to access the LMS. And a link will be provided in that email. You click the link and enroll to the LMS or module as a student. Then this is regarding the communication guidelines. There will be a WhatsApp group created, and you will be added there as one of the members. And all the updates and discussions will happen in WhatsApp for immediate communications. And in that WhatsApp group, you respect professionalism. There should not be any spam or promotions or inappropriate content discussed there. And the queries always go to the communication manager, and there is no direct messages to the team. And the discussions through the WhatsApp should happen between 8 a.m. and 10 p.m. The no non-urgent messages should be discussed after 10 p.m. So we have to respect the team also. Next. So this is regarding course module 1. So like these two more modules are there. In module, you will get to access these contents. So as Rajeshri mentioned, the first two things are learning dialogues. There you will be having contents related to the topics. What is not a research paper? What is a research paper? And the third topic is learning by doing activity. So there is an activity which you will be doing. In that, you will be analyzing the strong and weak research papers in educational technologies. Based on your analysis, feedback will be provided. And after that, learning by doing activity 2 is there, in which there is a self-assessment of your own research idea. Then there are two optional video watches, which are learning external trajectory, LXT1 and LXT2. After that, assignment 1 is there, where you will be proposing your idea. Next. Okay, so this is the entire flow graph of the entire process that is going to happen in PRISM 2026. Regarding module 1, there was a clear explanation that was given in the previous slide. So you'll be learning through the LMS. There will be a live doubt clarification, and there is an assignment 1 in which you will be providing your idea proposal. From that idea proposal, we will analyze the research buddies who have a research background very close to your area. They will be allotted to you as a research buddy, and from there on, you will have an extra hand to as a one-on-one guidance. There also here also will be a learning from LMS. There will be live doubt clarification. Assignment 2 will be there, which is study plan part 1. Similarly, module 3 also similar structure follows. With module 3, the learning phase gets over. After that, the paper writing phase starts. In paper writing phase, assignment 4 and 5 is there, meeting and discussion with research buddies to enhance your paper, and if any bottlenecks are there, that will be sorted out. So those things will happen during this phase. And in the execution phase, you will be having meeting with coordinators. There will be a study execution, so you will be creating a study design that will be executed, and data collection and paper writing will happen. Then the next part is progress check. So you will be having continuous iterative meetings with your research buddies to enhance your writing, and to strengthen your research paper. Then the final thing is submission, where you will be based on the date provided by T4E conference heads. You will be submitting your abstract on a particular date. Then paper submission will be there. The notification for acceptance will be there. So with this, the process gets over. Next. Okay, now Rajeshri will continue.
Thank you, Anthony. So this is the important part. I think most of you are waiting. So we understand that not all of you can complete or do the program until the end. So there's like two kinds of certificates you can get. One thing is the learning phase completion certificate, where you, if you completed all your assignments and modules of the course, but for some reasons you're not able to write the final paper, then you would get this certificate as the learning phase completed certificate. The next one is, which is intended for this program, is to get the program completion certificate, where you've completed, done all your assignments, modules, as well as completed the writing phase and submitted it to T4E. And one important thing is, if you would like to, be part of T4E next year, the T4, the PRISM and T4E next year as research buddies, you would definitely have to get the second certificate, because here you would show your expertise and ability that you have completed an edtech paper writing and understood the nuances, the parts of it, so that you can be a research buddy to co-learn and support your next set of learners next year. So these are the certificates that you would get. So that is all from us. Thank you for listening, and we are open to all the questions you have.
Yes, you could unmute your mic and raise the questions, or you can start posting in the chat as well. I see a question from Adityan now. Maybe we could start with Adityan. Is presenting a T4E part of this or just submission? Okay, so the case is with T4E, we submit the paper and you can present the paper upon acceptance. So it's both.
Hi, good evening, team.
Hello.
I have two doubts.
Yeah.
This paper is equivalent to T4E submission. Like,
Yeah.
if I am preparing my manuscript for T4E 2026, so this paper will be the same.
Yes, so that program is designed to support you with resources so that you can publish to T4E. So this is a manuscript that you would submit to the T4E application when it opens.
And I will be the single author of my paper, right?
Yeah, about authorship, because your research buddies would, so we have a set of author guidelines which you would share in the upcoming live sessions, and also it's in the website if you want to see. So because research buddies would be ideating with you, maybe writing parts of your paper, supporting you, so they may be considered as second, third author, whatever that suits, but you would be the first author if you're doing the majority work and your ideation. And the conditions for authorship are quite clear that we have given website. It's just being part of your paper would qualify as an author. They can be acknowledged, but if they have to be an author, they have to show proper contribution in terms of writing, ideation, conducting study, any of those things. But you would be the first author if you do all these things.
Okay, but as in my case, I can't publish any paper without my research supervisor. So will it be
Okay.
relevant, or like what to do in this case?
I think I understand, because it's a rule for all institute. Could you just mute, because we can't hear.
Yeah, Miss Ekata Gate, can you mute your speak mic,
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
please?
very good.
Thank you. So,
Yeah.
because this is the case in most of the institute, I think your guide would also be your co-author, because the guide would be part of approving your study, helping you conduct the study, maybe parts of ideation. So, in that case, the guide would naturally be part of the paper too, because you're affiliated to the university and it's a rule and
Right,
custom.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, because we both have presented T4E 2025.
Hmm. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great. We'll take a question from the chat and then we'll take alternatively. So we have Dr. Reddy asking for summarizing. Dr. Reddy, we will have this video recorded and will be posted in the website. So you could definitely rewatch it again. Because of the time constraint, it will be very difficult for us to summarize everything at this point of time. So we highly encourage you to look at the PRISm website. We will be uploading the same session on website. Great.
Ekta has her hand out. Please, Ekta. Yeah.
Yeah, good evening, team. Actually, I joined a bit late. So I want to know first is I filled out the registration form for PRISm, but do I have to fill up the registration form for EdTech also? Membership
Yes,
of EdTech also.
yeah.
Is there any deadline for that?
So,
Or
yeah. Hmm. So EdTech, you have to be a member of EdTech to be part of this program, and you have to complete your
okay,
registration to get access to Moodle. So as soon as you do the
okay,
registration, you will get access to the Moodle and participate in the process. And again, the
okay,
next live session is coming up soon, so it's better the sooner.
okay. And second thing I want to know is what are the guidelines of the paper that I want to
What guidelines, like what paper they want?
means length of the paper, how many it should be more technical, it should be more theoretical, it must be more statistical based. What kind of paper do you accept for that program?
Yeah, that's a good question. Thank you for that. We will help
Thank
you
you.
with that as you go forward with it. And in for now, you can still refer to T4E 2025 website, which we would post in the
Okay,
WhatsApp group. So that has
okay,
so it's pretty much the same what was in before, but we would definitely help you across as you go forward with your program.
okay, okay. Yeah, okay. Then first I have to pay the registration fee so that this module will be open for me, and then I can access all the videos and all other information. Right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. That I will
Yeah,
do.
no, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Good to hear that from Ekta.
Thank you.
We'll pick a
Thank you.
question from the chat. Amandeep Singh is asking, does T4E support in publication to various journals? So Amandeep, the idea is to get yourself equipped with the researcher's toolbox and the basic skills that you could acquire. And you can definitely try out journals, but the case is our focus will be mainly to submit the research papers in T4E. And as of now, T4E do not directly support any sort of journal publications. We might start very soon our own journal, but it's not at this point of time. It's not a big topic of discussion. But to be very direct to your questions, it's a no.
I think nobody has a hand raised, right? Okay. So Deepak Shukla ji is asking, what is the process of allotting research buddies? So we would have an activity where you would write your initial ideas, like what you're expecting or what you think your paper and your study might look like. And then we have already have details from research buddies about what's the expertise, what kind of papers they've published. So we will do a mix and match to see an utmost appropriate and the best fit that you can get as a research co-buddy, because so it's not a guidance from a research buddy, it's most like your co-learning and if maybe co-writing the paper. So we would do this process back and forth to see an actual good fit across to, and then a research buddy would be assigned to you. Okay, Miss Veena, yeah, you can unmute and speak.
Is
Yamina,
the
you can.
conference is going to happen through hybrid mode?
So thanks for the question, Vina. The case is it depends upon the T4E decisions. We are yet waiting for the first call for conference. So you can expect all this information in a month from T4E organizers. Then they would release all the information. Last time T4E supported hybrid presentation. So we'll see what this time they have with them, but definitely follow up with the T4E website and announcement. Thank you for the question.
Yeah, Adityan is asking, so will I still get us program completion certificate if I'm not accepted? Yes, acceptance is not the aim here. So, because it's not in our hands, it would go to other external reviewers who would go through your paper, give you comments, and then decide if it's accepted or not. What is in our hand is to support you to write the paper and see that you've somehow completed it and submitted. So, irrespective of it's accepted or whatever happens, the result, you would still get a completion certificate if you completed all the phases and wrote the paper. Okay, I don't. Okay, this Karthik.
Yeah, we have a question from Karthik. Good evening, team.
Uh,
Few
I
doubts
have
regarding.
addressed. I have addressed that.
Okay.
Oh,
Alec,
great.
I have
Okay, thank
responded.
you. Thanks, Anthony. Thank you so much. Yes, Veena, please go on.
I have completed my registration, but I'm not able to find a place to pay the fees.
So registration in a sense, could you talk a bit more about what you have done during the process so we could essentially figure out what the exact problem is?
Actually, I have filled all the queries which made in the registration form, like the research area paper one, first, second, everything. But I didn't find the payment. We are supposed to pay 100 rupees for this registration if we are a EdTech society member.
Okay, great.
Don't
So
find
yeah, so I understand your query. So we have two sets of information here. One is about getting your background and your research interest, which is through a Google form we used to collect it. Second is the registration part, which you are talking about the payment. So we have a very specific link to get your registration done. That is the payment done. In fact, we can share the payment link over here. I'm just wondering because we have a selection criteria for our participant, and then we send over the payment link. So let us have a look at your application, and then we will definitely get back to you. Meanwhile, you could post your email ID in the chat so that we can follow up with you.
I think next question is Ramya is asking WhatsApp group name is a no so this is a group for all edtech members, but there's an additional group which where you will be added once you've completed your registration. So Miss Sadia would be adding you to that group, so that would be written as present 26 group. So this is not the same group.
என்ன என்னன்னு சொல்லு என்னன்னு சொல்லு
Dr. Abhyami, could you mute your mic? We have Mr. Felix raised your hand, and please go on
Very
with
good
your.
evening. Thank you, Dr. Alek. Thank you for the team. Very good, very nice presentation. It's a great opportunity to be part of this PRISM because I was really benefited by PRISM last year, and still, my question is for Moodle. Last time I had the same issue. Moodle, I could not get the registration and login credential. Since Dr. Anthony said we will be getting the login credentials, I don't know whether I have missed because my email has some issue. Email is official one ac.in, so might be there may be some delay, or I haven't joined the WhatsApp group also, which last time the communication manager Spruti helped. So I just want to clarify so that from today onwards I can access the LMS content.
Okay, Felix, I understand your concern. What we could help you with is if you could share your email ID in the chat itself, and either of us, one of among us, can note it down, and we will follow up with it. Probably it's a technical glitch. We will try to solve this out, and we are very glad to hear your good experience with Prism last time. So about the WhatsApp group, as Rajashri has mentioned, Sadia will reach out to you with some formalities and consent forms, and then will be formally taken into the WhatsApp group of this year's PRISM participants. So definitely we will follow up with your concern. Thank you for raising it.
Thank you very much.
Dr. Palaksha Reddy is asking what are the privileges of joining as EdTech professional member. So one privilege is you'll get free access to all the master class. So these master classes are being held by industry experts from well-established researchers, professors who have worked in the field. So you'd get access to those classes. Then you would have reduced discounts prices when you register for the conference itself, and then like you get access to programs such as PRISM. So there's and it's the only body in India at least that has all the researchers, all the collaborators, educators of edtech part of it. So if you can look at the website and see that there's different columns, and you could find your interest and access to many other resources too. So there are other benefits like that that you could check on the website. Somebody had the Mandeep Singh. You can please unmute.
Yeah. Hi. Uh,
Madam,
so, uh, one thing that even I haven't been added in the WhatsApp group. I have made the payment and everything, and still I'm waiting for the link. And second is that even I got credentials, and I'm not able to understand like how do I access the Moodle. Um, so it's just I think it's a EdTech Society website where I'll be directed to. If you can please give a demo like how I'll be accessing the whole the platform, that will be good. Yeah, thank you.
okay, Amandeep, yeah, thanks for your concern. Regarding the WhatsApp group, Sadhya will reach out to you. So please be assured that no one has been added to WhatsApp group. So it's not only your case. We are setting up the communication channel right now. So in a span of maximum 1 or 2 days, you will be all in the WhatsApp group. And all other forms of communication till that point of time, you could do via the email that we have shared with you, the events at Tech Society email ID. And I assume that you have already received the credentials to your email regarding the Moodle, and you are supposed to use that credentials to log into the Moodle website, which the link has been already in the same email or in a different email. So the content of the Moodle is yet to be released. We'll be releasing in another 1.5 hours to start with. But let's say if you are still unable to find the credentials, find the link to Moodle, please reach out to us. We have a limited time now. We have another 10 more minutes. So doing a demo, I am not pretty sure at this point of time. But let's say if we have time till the end of the Q&A, we would definitely try to have it. But otherwise, we would definitely connect with you over email. Next question, I think we can take from the chat. Dr. Reddy, Rajashree madam, you need to click add to cart and then proceed to pay fees. Yes, you are
I,
supposed to take. Yeah,
I think
Rajashree madam.
the chats have been answered. I don't think any unanswered question in the chat. And yeah, one more thing is to register, you would have to be a member. So maybe you'll see a message saying that you have to be a member to log in. Maybe that's why you're not able to register. You have to first log in to your member ID, and then you can register for PRISm. So that's a two-step kind of process. So you have to be a member first to register for PRISm.
So we have a question from Rajashree Pachankar. Hi, I'm a school teacher and I do not have prior experience in educational technology. That's totally fine. I mean, we are also looking for participant like that. We are not limiting ourselves to any sort of silos. So you're always welcome to apply and get it through the process. We will have you on board. We will support you with the resources. Thank you so much for asking the question. We have one question from Suman Das Gupta, which is publication body for papers presented in T4E. So we have connection with Springer. So last time and the before, the previous edition was connected with Springer chapters. So we expect the T4E organizers to continue that relation as well. In case if there are any changes, T4E organizers will let you know.
But just to know, it takes time to publish. So even some people had this doubt that if it get published soon, so it takes some time because there's like multiple checks from the other, that maybe for example the Springer. So they do multiple checks to see if the format is right, if the content is right. So that takes quite some time, but ultimately it does get published. So that's not an issue. Okay.
I would strongly suggest to keep your questions regarding T4E to the T4E organizers. We can definitely answer, but you would get more solid answers from the T4E organizers. I'm assuming they will be also having some sort of open house or such. Yeah, Ramya, please go on.
Yeah, good evening. Um, I would like to know that I have been given a chance to be reimbursed for the conference of T4E by the NPTEL by being an NPTEL star last time. I was getting a mail regarding whether you are claiming for that for a T4E conference like that. So after March, I think I didn't get any mail from NPTEL. I just wanted to know whether this T4E 2026 I can use it for the support a star for the conference from NPTEL.
So for this, because I think you would had this query when things were wrapping up and then it fell in the void in between. So what I would encourage is write the same query and mail it to um, maybe EdTech Society and the T4E25. And because now we have raised this query and they're just looking at past queries about the refund and things like that, and they're trying to reach out to participants. So it will be really helpful if you mail them again, and so that they can take a decision if you can transfer this to
No, I
next
think
time.
I actually misused the word as refund. No, I have to. Hereafter only, I wanted to time ask for it. Once I registered for the T4E, I'm asking
Mhm.
whether I can use this in through the NPTEL support.
Oh, so this is not you didn't have this problem last time. So you're asking a
No,
new
see
query.
the first I have came to know about the T4E conference from the mail of NPTEL saying that you are eligible to get a conference payment of to 25,000 when for the conferences which was being hosted by IIT, and the conferences is about T4E. This is how I came to know about what is T4E.
Hmm.
And through another way, being a DFM for another course in NPTEL, I came to know about the PRISm 2026. With this, I could able to connect these two ideology, and I have came to this platform. I have been a star for the last 6 months, like this June 2025 to December 2025 courses. So I have given them chance from January, February, March this 2026. So now when I enroll for this T4E conference 2026, whether am I eligible to get a support of 25,000 from the NPTEL platform?
Yeah, just like Rajashree has echoed Ramya, this is beyond the scope of what we are
Okay.
trying to do in this particular session.
Okay, fine.
Especially when we talk about NPTEL, T4E, and PRISM, and all together,
Okay.
beyond the scope of our discussion today. But definitely, you should definitely write to the organizers. I strongly encourage reach out to the previous organizers, reach out to the T4E25 as well as PRISM people. Whoever you have emails, just write to them. We are also seeing a lot of queries like this, so
Okay.
definitely you can definitely write to them and get a more solid answer. Thank
Oh,
you.
okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Kanjan Chetiwal in journal publication or proceedings. So this is actually conference proceedings. Abhina, this is a very different particular case about 25,000 registration. You don't need to be worried about this. We have another 2 more minutes and then we would close the session. So if anyone got any queries, you can fire away right now and then we look forward you to join. Hi Felix, you can go ahead.
Dr. Alek, will the meetings, the live meetings, will be on Sundays and after 6? Because
Yeah, so that's the planned way of doing the live sessions on every Sunday, from 6 to 7, 1 hour of doubt live session. We'll have one particular session on a Saturday, which is very onto the research buddy allotment, but we will let you know the details about it. That will fall into a Saturday rather than on a Sunday, but we will inform you regarding that. Otherwise, all live sessions will be happening on Sunday, 6 to 7.
thank you very much.
Thanks,
And you
Felix.
can ask your queries through Sadia later also. So live sessions would be where the team would be present and it's easier for you to ask us. Otherwise, it would go through a channel and maybe there's some delay. So that's the purpose of the session.
I have a general query to all of you. Like, how many of you have already registered? We want to have like a ballpark number of registration. Okay.
Yeah, I have registered. I don't know how to set.
Somebody was speaking and they got cut off.
Yeah, so we could take one more question and then we can close the session. This session will be uploaded in the website, so you could go and revisit. And definitely, you could write to Event at Tech Society to get more information. WhatsApp, we will be setting up in another 1 or 2 days max, and you will be on board as well. Any burning question, and then we could close. We got 1 more minute over there. Okay, and thanks everyone. Thanks for joining in. Thanks for sharing your valuable time with us on a Sunday. Looking forward uh, for PRISm 26. Whoever has registered will have access to the module from tonight. We will get the content ready and available for you. And we will see in the next Sunday for your first live session. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Bye.
Like I want to say one thing. So here
Yes,
most of
please.
the things are related to if you are not getting any credential related emails due to some glitches, no worries. We can add manually, confirming your registration. So you don't have to worry about that.
Thank you.
Thanks, Anthony, for adding that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, then. Thank you. See you around.